All right, Shalom. So first, by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. Shalom. Yeah, this was a mini series, I believe, on NBC or something like that. This was a remake of an old 80s mini series called V. Okay, and I went to watch the old 80 one from like 83, 84, something like that, and found this one, the newer version. I forgot they had done a remake on it, and this is the introduction to the remake for first season. And so in this, there's a lot of biblical information in this movie because these elites know, these movie directors, they know, they know what the scriptures is talking about. These are temperature tests. These are to see how in tune the people are. Plus, this is just an interesting story because the Most High's movie. He wrote this story. He wrote this book. He wrote it way back in the beginning. Okay? So now it's taking shape and playing out. Down to every little thing that it's talking about. And I'm going to hit a few scriptures, not too many. Just a few scriptures just to tie it all in so you can see the big picture. And what this is this is the day of the Lord, the day of the coming of the Lord, okay? So I'm going to hit a few scriptures. It says... Yeah, matter of fact, I'm going to start down. This is in Matthew 24, and I'm going to start up. Matthew 24 in verse 6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes." The very beginning of the show started off with an earthquake. It had been repeated earthquakes throughout the whole beginning of the show. All right, in diverse places, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, bad things are happening right after that point. Right, all these earthquakes and nation rising against nation. And it's even they can't put it all in these mini movies or whatever. But in real life society, you see that all this is happening. Okay, you can tell that World War III is about to begin. There's a sedition among men, race riots, martial law ready to be implemented in American streets in certain major cities of the world. Okay, and some of them have been lightweight implemented already. Certain cities, over there in Europe, over there in Greece. For some time, Venezuela got something going on over there. And even some small cities like Ferguson, Baltimore had lightweight curfews and whatever else. Boston, all those had lightweight curfews, showing you that this is coming to be true. All right. Matter of fact, since I'm holding that, I'm gonna bring out this in Second Esdras real quick. Second Esdras chapter 15. Straight to the point, it says, verse 16, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another." It is sedition among men. It's just people just fighting and moving around. You saw the fight break out, right? It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." He wanted to get across, and so did his mom want to get across to get to each other. Like the martial law troop was saying, like, hey, everybody's looking for their son right now. Everybody's looking for their loved one right now. You can't get through, So I'm going to jump back into Matthew, but I'm going to jump down to verse 36. It says, this is Matthew 24 and 36, it said, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." And these are red letter words from the Lord himself, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His real name is Yahushai. Okay? This is red letter words of him speaking. Okay? It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall be the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage." Yeah, I believe that was Morris Chestnut. He was, buying a ring and ready to get married and all these people just carrying on with their regular lives, like nothing, like wasn't a build up to this day of the Lord. Okay, it's a major build up. The prophets are on the streets. All the other prophecies, blood moons and earthquakes and crazy storms and all these things that are unnatural under any normal circumstances are happening now. Okay, but you people still don't consider that the day of the Lord is coming. Okay, it's right here upon us. It says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came, and knew not until the chariots came, and knew not, as you would say, the UFOs came, not until the destruction came, till it got serious. You know, it said, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall be the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, now I'm going to jump up to the 27th verse. It says, for as the lightning cometh out of the east, and the shining even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And as you've seen in this, there was over 29 chariots over the major cities of America. You know, and then you go into the older version. I don't know if it was just America or the whole world, but even in the older version, they named all the different cities that they were over. Okay, they had when the alien began to speak, and they'll probably have it in this one, but I'm not going to watch that far. I don't remember if it was in this one or not, but in this version of it, they had them over all the major cities, and you're gonna, the Lord's gonna send the angels in these chariots over all the major cities, plucking up his elect, sifting the house. Okay, out of all the heathen, the tares and the wheats, gonna sift everybody to pull out his elect out of the nation of Israel, and then he will also pull out his elect out of the heathen. Okay, so now they'll know when they come back, 2/3 ain't gonna make it that are of the heathen, that are confusion of face, or that are in a Gentile state of mind or a heathenistic state of mind, that believe they're the heathen. They're gonna be pulled back into the nation of Israel as they were before the process of the confusion of face goes down, but they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna come back as Israelites. Okay, even though they're 2/3 and they may look like another nation, those that still have the spirit of an Israelite that don't make it, they're going to be pulled out of those nations and be Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. But the elect will get beamed up into these ships, okay, and get salvation from the destruction that's coming. Okay, what's the destruction? ICBM missiles, thermonuclear missiles, and fire from World War III, shot from all across the world, okay, to destroy America and other certain places of the world, okay? It says, verse 28, it says, for wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagle be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He'll come in these chariots. That's how they're going to see it. Every eye is going to see the Lord when he returns. Okay? There's not going to be a mistake when he comes. Then they're going to look for the prophet. Be like, man, we want the answer. I heard them talking about it. I thought I saw something on YouTube. I guess they wasn't crazy. Okay? When this show, because it sounds crazy to you that don't believe these things are going to happen, because it hadn't happened, long before this lifetime. But when it happens, you're going to know that there will have been a prophet among you, telling you of what was coming and how bad things are going to be in those days and the times leading up to those days, and then the times after the Lord shows up, okay, to the earth. Okay, it says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, not the whole nation, but his elect, because salvation is only for the Israelites, but particularly this go around, it's only for the elect, 144,000 and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, okay? Everybody's not going to make it. All right? They'll be in the kingdom. Israelites will be righteous in the kingdom. The heathen will be back, and they'll be in captivity and slavery and so on and so forth, building up the Israelites' kingdom in righteousness. But right now, he's only looking to save the elect, the 1/3, 144,000. Okay? That's it. It says, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from one end of the heaven to the other. All right, now I'm going to jump over to the book of Revelation and close out. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. He came from the sky. See those clouds up there at the top with it? He coming with the clouds, coming from the sky, coming from like outer space, look like. Possibly from another dimension, okay? Right out the heavens. It says, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him, every eye, because everybody's paying attention, whether you've seen it flying over your city and looking up and felt the earthquakes, or whether you've seen it on TV, everybody's going to see it. You're not going to miss this event when the Lord shows up. It says, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. And wail in this context means mourn, shall mourn because of him. Even so, amen. Okay? So, you people, these people know you've had every sign. You've got movies, you've got TV shows, you've got the men of the Lord on the streets breaking all what this means down to you. But unless you people get your mind right, you're never going to understand the big picture of what's going on. Okay? That if you're an Israelite in the spirit, according to the flesh, then salvation is only for the 1/3 of you. And if you can understand his word and interpret it and hear it, hey, it's for you to get right and earn your salvation. If it's not, enjoy your missile, enjoy your destruction, your famine, pestilence, so on and so forth, your scourges, and come back with the right mind in the kingdom of heaven, man. So with that, I'm going to close out, giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash, double honors to the elders and the apostles, that great millstone who rule well. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, those that give their life and diligence to earn their salvation. Shalom.